Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Glacial Geek Battle Report. I'm Phil, the Glacial Geek, coming to you here from the End Games in Charlottesville, Virginia, where I will be fighting a 1,750-point battle between my Dark Angels and Joey's Eldar. So the story that we've got going on here is that this planet it was controlled by the Eldar and has been for a long time. But the Dark Angels received information that the Fallen had operated on this planet either in the near past or possibly a long time ago. And they decided that they were going to go send in a force to go hunt it down and find out what information they could garner from the planet. Of course, when they arrived, the Eldar were none too pleased about these Monkey coming onto their planet and rooting around, so they sent out a force to go oppose them. So that's the story that we've got going on here. The mission that we're going to be playing is actually from Chapter Approved 2019. It's called Lockdown. It's a brand new mission. Essentially what happens is there are 6 objectives, which you will note are actually being represented by dice right now, because what happens is when you determine who goes first, so it's one of those ones where one opponent deploys everything, the next opponent deploys their army, and then you can seize the initiative. But after it's been determined who's going to go first, but before the first round actually happens, the player who's going first gets to determine which of these objectives is objective number 1. The other opponent, then the opponent who's then the defender there, gets to choose which objective is objective number 6. And then we alternate back and forth, rolling dice to randomly determine which of the other ones are going to be 1, 2 through 5 at that point to determine what they're going to be. And essentially, what happens is that's what the numbers are, because it becomes important because at the beginning of each battle round after the first, so starting on battle round 2. The objective number that is associated with that battle round, so battle round 2, objective number 2, will be removed from play. And you do this until there's only 2 left. So all you'll have left is objective number 1 and objective number 6, which are the 2 that we get to choose what they are when you're going when you're putting them down. They're the ones that we get to determine. The other ones are random and they get removed. So at the end of the battle game, at the end of the game, there's only going to be 2 objectives left. You score points by holding objectives. So at the end of each of your turns, you score a point for every objective that you hold. At the end of each battle round, whoever holds the most objectives scores an additional point. So it just keeps going like that. So there's going to be less and less objectives that we're going to be fighting over, trying to get points. It should be fun. It should be pretty aggressive. I like it. It sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. But that is the story, and that is the mission. Before we go any further, though, let's show you the 2 armies that are going to be fighting it out. So for the Dark Angel, I'll be running a battalion detachment. Leading off that detachment, we have Samael and Sableclaw, and 2 Interrogator Chaplains, 1 with Terminator armor, and 1 with a Power Fist. We have 3 5-man tactical squads. 2 squads have a plasma gun, 1 squad has a flamer. We have a 5-man assault squad with jump packs. We have a 5-man Deathwing Knight squad. We have a 6-man Black Knight squad. We have a 5-man company veteran squad with 1 combi melta and 4 melta guns. We have 4 Razorbacks, 3 with twin heavy bolters, 1 with twin las cannon. One of the twin heavy bolters has a storm bolter. And last but not least, we have a Dark Talon. And for the Eldar, he'll be running a brigade detachment. Leading off that detachment, we have a Farseer, a Warlock, an Illic Knight Spear. We have 2 5-man Ranger squads. We have 2 15-man Guardian squads. Both squads have a heavy weapons platform. One has an Aeldari missile launcher. The other has a star cannon. We have 2 10-man Dire Avenger squads. In both squads, the Exarch has 2 Avenger Shuriken catapults. We have a 5-man squad of Striking Scorpions. The Exarch has a Scorpion's Claw. We've got a 5-person squad of Howling Banshees. The Exarch has an Executioner Axe. We have a Bone Singer. We've got a 5-man squad of Swooping Hawks. We have 2 3-man squads of Bikes with Scatter Lasers. We have a War Walker with Scatter Lasers. We have 1 2-base squad and 1 1-base squad of support weapons. All of them have D cannons. And last but not least, we have 2 Wave Serpents. Both of them have Spirit Stones. One has Scatter Lasers and one has Shuriken cannons. All right, so this is the armies going over deployment here. I've got a Razorback over here with a 5-man tactical squad and a plasma gun inside. I've got my 5-man assault squad back over here. I've got a Razorback with the Stormbolter on it, along with the 5-man veteran squad and the Interrogator Chaplain with a Power Fist inside of this one. We then have another Razorback over here with a plasma gun inside. We've got the 6-man Black Knight squad. We've got Samael, and we've got the Dark Talon. And we have another Razorback over here with a 5-man tactical squad with a Flamer. This is the Razorback with the twin las cannons. Going over deployment, and in Deep Strike I have my Deathwing Knights and my Interrogator Chaplain with Terminator armor. Going over deployment now for the Eldar. We have his one of his 3-man bike squads up over here. We've got the Dire Avenger squad down over here. We have the 15-man Guardian squad over here, along with his Warlock and his Farseer. We then have a Wave Serpent with the Howling Banshees inside. We've got the one support weapon platform over here. We got Illic Night Spear along with a 5-man squad of Rangers. We've got the other Wave Serpent with the other 10-man Dire Avenger squad inside. We've got the War Walker. We've got the 3-man bike squad, and we have the 2-man, the two base support weapon squad over here, along with the Bone Singer. And then in Deep Strike, my opponent spent CP to allow his other 15-man Guardian squad to go into Deep Strike, and he spent no other CP, but he also has his other Ranger squad, and he has, what else? The Swooping Hawks. The Swooping Hawks and the Striking Scorpions are all going to be in Deep Strike. So, that is deployment. As of right now, the Eldar will be going first, unless I can seize the initiative. Let's see that fill first. No fill face here, so it will be Eldar turn 1, but we're going to place the objectives now. All right, so going over the objectives, number 4 got randomly rolled over here. Number 3 got randomly rolled over here. I placed number 6 over here since I was going second. Number 5 got randomly rolled over here. Number 2 got randomly rolled over here. And then my opponent placed number 1 back over here. So starting on turn 2, this objective is going to be gone, followed by number 3, which is over in the middle over here, followed by 4, followed by 5. So those ones are going to be around a little bit longer, but 1 and 6 are going to be around for the whole game. So now we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Eldar. All right, movement phase for the Eldar here on turn 1. His bikes, they moved down from over there to there. These guys over here stood still, as did his Warwalker. This guy stood still. These guys all up here stood still. His Wave Serpent moved up onto the objective over here. This Wave Serpent moved up onto the objective over here. These guys all stood still, as did these guys, as did his other bikes here. So that's it for the movement phase. We will come back to you after. We'll come back to you with the psychic phase. All right. So first, we are going to cast Protect onto these Guardians over here. On an 8, it will go off. And then Fortune onto the same squad over here. That will go off in a 7 there. All right, so we're going to start off the shooting phase with a little bike-on-bike action over here as he shoots his scatter lasers into my Black Knights over here. So these are going to be hitting on 3s. All right, pretty good there. Just having a couple misses. These are now strength 6, so looking for 3s to wound. That is going to be all but 2, so that's going to be 6 wounds there. Yep. AP, what's that? No AP on these, so they're looking for 3 up saves. Oh, failing 1 of them. All right, so now his Wave Serpent is going to fire into my bikes as well. He's going to fire everything into us. So we're going to go with the scatter lasers first. These are the ones that are hitting on 4s because he moved. Heavy weapons. Alrighty there. That's going to be 4 hits. These are strength 6 again, so 3s to wound. That is going to be 2 wounds there. AP, nothing. 3 up saves. Make 1, fail 1. So actually his Underslung does not reach them, so that's going to be all the shots. And then the missile launcher from this squad is going to fire into my bikes. Hitting on a 3. That's a hit. Strength 8, so 3 to wound. That is going to be a wound. AP, 1 second. All right, it's AP minus 2, so looking for 5 up save. Yeah, with the fill phase. Woo! All right, so now Illic is going to fire into my bikers as well. Hits on a 2. That's a hit. Wounds on a 2. Wounds on a 2, because that's just what he does. AP minus 3. So looking for AP minus 3, so looking for a 6 up save. Nope, not making that one. Goo, 3 damage. That guy is dead. And now the Rangers are going to shoot into them as well, hitting on 3s. All right, that's 4 hits, pretty good there. These are strength 4, so looking for 5s to wound. Getting 2 wounds there. There's a 1 mortal wound because that's 6, and then we've got 2 saves, no AP, so looking for 3-up saves. Making 1, failing 1, so 1 more dead guy. All right, so now his War Walker here is going to fire into my dude bros back over here. These are going to be hitting on 3s because he didn't move. Pretty good. These are now going to be strength 6, so looking for 3s to wound. All right, so we've got 3 wounds there. AP nothing, so looking for 2-up saves since they are in cover. Making 2, failing 1, but I've clearly made those 2. If they weren't in cover, they'd be dead too. And now his Wave Serpent is going to fire into my dude bros over here as well. These are going to be hitting on 3s. Oh no, yes, because these are assault, right? Assault, yeah, so hitting on 3s. These are strength 6 as well, so these are looking for 3s to wound. That is going to be 1 wound, AP nothing, so 2-up armor save. Woo, of course. And this bike squad here is going to fire into my Razorback. So these are going to be hitting on 3s. Oh, 4s because they moved. Oh boy. Wow, okay. Okay, 2 hits. Looking for 5s to wound. Nothing. Okay, nothing. All right, so that's the end of the Eldar turn here. My opponent holds 4 objectives, scoring him 4 points there on turn 1. My guys over here lost 2 guys, but they have a sergeant with them, so they're going to auto pass over here. And these guys lost 3, but they have Deathwing, so they are they auto pass morale, so they are good to go there. Finally remembered it after I've been yelled at how many times. So that is going to be it for the Eldar turn here on turn 1. We'll come back to you after a movement phase for the Dark Angels on turn 1. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels. My Razorback with the twin las cannon stayed over here. The squad stayed inside. Samuel moved up here. My Black Knights advanced up over this way. I spent 1 CP for Speed of the Raven so that they will allow them to shoot and charge as normal. Then he flew over here. He will drop his bomb. We'll get back to that in a second. Onto those guys over there. This guy moved up over here. These guys disembarked, moved up over here, and he just moved up next to it. The Interrogator Chaplain stayed inside over here. This squad stayed back on the objective over here. This Razorback moved up over here, looking on these guys. And that is going to be it for the movement phase. So we will come back to you with the dropping of the bomb. All right, so when he drops his stasis bomb over here onto these guys, what I do is I roll a d6 for every model in the unit that I drop it on, up to a maximum of 10. So he's got 15-man squad, so it will just be 10 dice that I roll here. Every 4+ is a mortal wound on there. He does have Fortune off, so he will have a 6-up feel no pain, 5-up feel no pain on them. So we'll see how this goes. So looking for 4-ups. So that is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not bad, exactly statistical. So we got 5-up, feel no pains. Making 3 of them, so 2 of them will be dead. All right, so now my Razorback over here is going to fire his twin las cannon into the Wave Serpent. He's -1 to hit because he is more than 12 inches away. He's a Latok, so this is going to be 2 shots hitting on 4s. Getting 2 hits, strength 9, so 3s to wound. That is going to be 2 wounds, AP -3, so 6-up saves. Makes neither of them, so that's going to be D6 damage apiece. So we're going to have 2 and 4, which becomes 1 and 3, so a total of 4 damage onto him there because he has the Spirit Stone. So these are going to be 6-up ignoring wounds. Ignores 1 of them, so he'll take 3 damage. Alrighty, so now my dude bro here is going to fire. He's going to fire his 2 Hurricane Bolters into these guys. He's going to fire his Rift Cannon into the Wave Serpent. So we'll do the Wave Serpent first. These are going to be D3 shots. That's going to be 2 shots. These are going to be hitting on 4s because he moved with a heavy weapon and he has fly, so I don't get the benefit of strafing run. That's still 2 hits, pretty good. Strength 10, so wounding on 3s. That is 2 wounds, AP -3, 6-up saves. Nope, no saves there, so that's going to be flat 3 damage, which becomes flat 2 damage. So that's going to be 4 ignoring wounds. Does not ignore any of them, so you'll take 4 damage. So now, because he took damage, I now roll on the Vortex table here, the Rift Cannon Vortex table. On a 3+, I will do D3 mortal wounds to him. On a 3 there, so D3 mortal wounds. 1 mortal wound, ignoring the wound. No, he takes it. And now the 2 Hurricane Bolters are going to fire down over here. These are going to be hitting on 2s because of a strafing run. Come back to that. All right, so strength 4, toughness 3, looking for 3s to wound. All right, we'll come back to that. All right, so we have 14 wounds onto them there. So he's going to start taking them on his platform there. It's going to have a 2-up save because of all the different stuff, because he's got fortune and stars, but he's 3. So we're going to do 2 at a time. So he takes 1 wound there, 1 at a time. So that's going to be 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, no. So that's 6 total gone there. Fortune on those ones, ignoring wounds. Nope. So then we've got another 6, 7, 8. 3-up saves because of cover and protect. So then 1, 2, 4 guys. 4 guys will be dead. Sorry. Forgot about fortune over here. So 5 up, and 1 will save. So 3 will be dead. All right, so now these guys here are going to fire into his Wave Serpent. I am going to supercharge, and I'm going to spend 1 CP for Weapons of the Dark Age. Essentially bumping him up to 3 damage, but because he's got the shield there, it would make it down to 2 damage apiece. So that's what we're going to be firing into him over here. So we're going to do it 1 at a time. These are going to be hitting on 3s, re-rolling because of Samael over there. Re-rolling because of Samael. All right, so that's 2 hits there. That's 2 hits there. Rerolling because of Samael. That's 2 hits there. So that's going to be 6 hits. Strength 8, so looking for 3s to wound. Oh, that's a lot of 1s and 2s there. 2 go through over here. 6s to save. Makes both of them. Wow, well done. All right, so now Samael is going to fire everything into his bikers over here. So we'll start with the Twin Heavy Bolter. He's -1 to hit because he moved with a heavy weapon, and he's -1 to hit because of them being LA Talk -1 hit. So these are going to be hitting on 4s, re-rolling 1s because of his re-roll. And the reason it's not re-rolling everything is because he doesn't have any of those fancy updated re-rolls where it's just re-roll hits. This is re-roll failed hits. So these are going to be, again, hitting on 4s. That one was cocked. Okay, re-rolling 1s. All right, so 3 hits there. Strength 5, toughness 4. So looking for 3s to wound. That is going to be 3 wounds at AP -1. 4s, right? Because yeah, so that's going to be 1 save there. And here comes the Twin Assault Cannon hitting on 4s, re-rolling 1s. Re-rolling that 1. Okay, not meant to be. And these are going to be strength 6, looking for 3s to wound as well. That is Inception. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 at AP -1. 4s to save. Makes all of them. Well done. All right, so now my Melter Squad here is going to fire into his Wave Serpent there. So we got 5 shots. These are going to be hitting on 3s. That is all but 1 hit. These are strength 8, so 3s to wound as well. That is going to be all wounds. These are AP -4, so it's going to go straight through. So we do these. We have to do these 1 at a time because it's roll 2, pick 1. So the first one is going to be 3 damage. The next one is going to be 3 damage. The third one is going to be 6 damage, and the fourth one is going to be 6 damage. So that's actually going to be 2, 4, 14 total damage that he gets to try to ignore over here. So he's going to be 14, 6 up or 5 ups? 6 ups. 14 6 ups. Making, no, not a single one. So he is dead. Does he explode? He does not. So that will be first strike. All right, so 2 guys, twisted ankles getting out of there, and that's where they ended up. All right, so my Razorback here is going to fire his Twin Heavy Bolter into those guys. He's going to be -1 to hit because of them being a Latok, and -1 to hit because of moving with a heavy weapon. So these are going to be hitting on 5s. Getting 1, 2 hits. These are now going to be strength 5, looking for 3s to wound. That is 2 wounds, AP -1, so it goes to a 4-up save after all of your, because it's cover and 3, yeah. Fails both. All right, he rolled his fortune saves and made one of them, so 1 guy dead. And now my Razorback here is going to fire into the bikes with his Twin Heavy Bolter, hitting on 4s because he moved with a heavy weapon, but he's within 12, so no additional -1. Getting 1, 2, 3 hits there. These are going to be strength 5, so wounding on 3s. That is going to be 3 wounds, AP -1, so 3, 4 ups. Oh, 5 ups? Yep. No, none of them there. Now my Razorback here is going to fire his Storm Bolter into the Guardians. Dire Avengers, and he's going to fire the Twin Heavy Bolter into his bikes. So we'll do the Twin Heavy Bolter first. These are going to be hitting on 5s because of a Latok and heavy weapon moving. That's going to get 2 hits right there. These are going to be looking for 3s to wound. That is 1 wound, AP -1. No, dead. And then the Stormbolter hitting on 3s because it's not heavy and he's within 12. So that's going to be 3 hits. Strength 4, toughness 3, so looking for 3s to wound. That is 1 wound. 3 up safe. He's good. Alrighty, so into the assault phase now. These Black Knights are going to charge into his Wave Serpent. So we're going to go with the Scatter Lasers first. Getting no hits there. And then we've got the Shuriken Cannon, right? Yep. Catapult. No hits there. So their charge distance is definitely in. And then Samael is also going to charge in, and he will be in. And now my Razorback is going to charge into his Dire Avengers. These guys are, there's 8 guys left in the squad, including 2 guns from the whatchamacallit, Exarch over there. So he's going to be 18 shots, hitting on 5s because that's what they do. We'll come back to you with that. And these are Strength 4, so looking for 5s to wound. Getting 1 wound there. It's a rend, so AP minus what? 3, so looking for a 6-up save. No fill face there, so he takes 1 damage. His charge distance, though, on a 5 inches, should get him in. All right, so now Samael is going to start us off in the fight phase into his Wave Serpent here. He is going to be, he has 5 attacks base, +1 because of Shock Assault. These are going to be hitting on 2s, re-rolling because of himself, and then he's ×2 strength on the charge, so he'll be wounding on 3. So again, hitting on 2s. All right, no need to re-roll there. These are going to be Strength 8, looking for 3s to wound. That is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. These are going to be AP minus 2. Oh no, AP minus 3. So 6-up saves. Makes 1 of them, so that's going to be 3 that go through. Those are 2 damage apiece, so 6 damage here. Looking for 6-up, ignoring wounds. Does not ignore any of them, so he will be dead. Does he explode? He does. Oh no! All right, so we'll come back to that. Alrighty, so he does explode. He's going to hit Samael. He's going to hit my bikers, and he's also going to hit his guardians over here. So we'll go with Samael first. D3 mortal wounds. Does 2 mortal wounds to him there. Onto the bikers here. Doing 1 mortal wound to them, and then into the guardians over there. Doing 3 mortal wounds to them. So those are going to be 5-up ignoring wounds because of fortune. Ignores 1 of them, so 2 more are dead over there. And 1 of his Howling Banshees twisted an ankle getting out. And then my Razorback over here is going to have 3 attacks hitting on 6s. No hits there. And now his Dire Avengers are going to attack back. They've got 9 attacks total from the squad there, hitting on 3s. So it's going to be 2 misses. These are Strength 4, so looking for 3, so looking for 6s. No wounds there. All right, and that will be it for the Dark Angels' turn here. My opponent is going to spend 2 CP to auto-pass them over here. And that leaves the Dark Angels with 1, 2, 3, 4 objectives that I hold at the end of my turn, giving me 4 points, tying me up with my opponent. I got an additional point for first strike, and at the end of the battle round, I control more objectives than my opponent, so that gives me with an additional point there, leaving me the Dark Angels with 6 points and my opponent with 4 points. So that's going to be it for the Dark Angels' turn here. But going into turn 2, he will be movement phase for the Eldar, but this objective over here is disappearing because of lockdown. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Eldar here on turn 2. All right, movement phase for the Eldar here on turn 2. His bikers up here stood still. These Dire Avengers moved through the building over here to the other side. These Guardians and the Warlock and the Farseer all advanced up over this way onto the objective. These dude bros, the Howling Banshees, advanced up over this way. These Dire Avengers fell back from my Razorback over here. His lone biker stood still over here. The Bone Singer and the weapons platform stood still over here. This guy also stood still here. Illic Night Spear? Hey, I got that right. Hey, he stood still as well as the Rangers over here. And this platform stood still. Also, out of Deep Strike, his Rangers popped in over here on top of this It's this non-operational void shield up over here. So that's where they popped in there. More than 9 inches away from anyone over here. So that's going to be it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the psychic phase. All right, so first things first, he's going to cast Doom onto my bikes.
7.
Looking for 7. That does go off with a 7. And now he's going to cast Fortune onto his Guardians over there. That will go off with an 8. And Protect onto the Guardians as well. That will go off with a 7. All right, so the Dire Avengers are going to start us off in the shooting phase by shooting into my bikes. They are doomed. Doomy, doom. So they are going to be -1 to all of their saves. So these are going to be Shuriken catapults here. So these are going to be hitting on 3s. Come back to you with that. And these are going to be Strength 4, so looking for 5s to wound. Alrighty, so we've got 3 5s. There's another 5 there. 3 5s and a 6. So the 6 is Rend, right? Re-rolling because Doom is re-rolled, not -1 to saves. Oh, that's Jink. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So yeah, so re-rolling because of Doom. Alrighty, so that's going to be another 2 6s, which is pretty good there. So that's going to be 3 regular saves, and then it's going to be 3 at AP -3, right? So we'll do the AP -3s first. 6 ups, looking for fill faces. Getting 1 of those, so that's going to be 2 wounds. So that's going to kill a guy, and it's going to put a wound onto the other guy. And then we've got 3 more at 3 up saves because no AP on those. And I failed another one of those, but I got 2 fill faces. Should have done the other way around. And now his bikes here are going to fire into my last Black Knight over there. These are going to be hitting on 3s. Alrighty. Doom. Oh, no. Doom is wounds, right? Yep. Reroll wounds. These are Strength 6, so looking for 3s to wound. Rerolling because of no need to reroll. So that's going to be 4 armor saves here. So 4 3-ups. And I failed 2 of them. He is dead. All right, so we're going to start over here with his platform firing into my Razorback. So these are going to be D3 shots. So it's going to be 2 shots here, hitting on 3s. So 1 hit, Strength 12, so 3 to wound. That is a wound, AP -4, so that's going to go straight through. So looking for D6 damage here. 5 damage, woof! All right, so then one of the other platforms is going to fire into him as well over here. So D3 shots. Getting that 1 shot here on a 3. That's going to be a hit. That is not going to be a wound. Oh. And now the next one's going to do the same thing. That's going to hit 3 shots this time. Pretty good on 3s. That is going to be 1 hit. That's all he needs, though. If he does well here, that is a wound. AP -4 is going to go straight through. So here we go. Ooh, 2 damage. Do you want to spend a CP to reroll that? Yeah. Going to spend a CP to reroll that one. Into a 5. That's what he needed. So does he explode? On a 5, he does not. So inside is just the one guy there. He is my warlord. And he's the only one inside. He's got to roll to see if he twists an ankle getting out of this thing. Let's find out. Oh, he doesn't. He's good. I was not going to lie, sweating bricks. So that's where he ended up, back over here. All right, so now my opponent's going to spend 2 CP for Feigned Retreat, allowing these guys to shoot and charge as normal, even though they fell back. So he's going to be firing with them into these guys over here.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to be firing into there with all of their shuriken catapults here. So there's going to be, what is it? We decided there's 8 guys left, but including the dude bro with 2 of them is Exarch there. So it's 18 shots coming on in here. All right, we'll come back to you with that. And these are going to be Strength 4, so wounding on 4s. All right, we'll come back to that. All right, so we got 5 regular saves and 2 with Rens that are AP -3. So we'll do those 2 first. These are going to be AP -3 +1 because they're in cover over there. So looking for 5 up saves. Making neither of those, so it's going to be 2 guys dead there. And then these are looking for 2 up armor saves. Failing 1, I'm going to spend a CP to reroll that. Into a fill face, he's good to go. Let me see if I get that CP back, because now that my warlord's on the table, I can try to get CP back. No, I don't. And now his Warwalker there is going to fire into my Melta Bros, hitting on 3s.
Yep.
Cool.
And then
Strength 6, so looking for 3s again. That is going to be 1, 2, 3 wounds there. AP nothing, so 2 up armor saves. Making them all. Woo! And then his scatter bike there is going to fire into my Melted Bros over here. 3s to hit because he didn't move. That's 3 hits. Wounding on 6, so 3s. That's going to be 2 wounds. No rend on those, so that's going to be 2 up saves. Oh, failed 1. All right, so now Illic Night Spear is going to fire into my to my dude bro over here. So he's going to have 1 shot hitting on a 2. That's a hit. Wounding on a 2. That is a wound. AP minus 3. So he has a 4 up Rosaria save. Let's see if he's been praying to the Emperor. He has indeed. And then the rest of the Rangers are going to do what he says over there as well, hitting on 3s. That is all hits. Pretty good there. Strength 4, toughness 4, 4s to wound. That is going to be 1 mortal wound and 1 regular save. So he's in cover there. 2 up armor save. Makes it with a fill face. And then his other squad up here is going to do the same thing into my poor guy. Oh, -1 to hit. I forgot on those ones. Okay. Yeah, because of his. He's got the Shroud of Heroes. So yes, 4s to hit. Alrighty, so that's going to be 1 hit. Made a big difference that time. These are going to be wounding on not a 3, on a 4. Now his Guardians here are going to fire into Samael. These are going to be hitting on 3s because they don't suffer the penalty because of, what is it called again? Battle Focus. Don't suffer the penalty for moving with Assault there, so hitting on 3s, which is pretty good. And then these are going to be Strength 4, so looking for 5s to wound. That is going to be 1, 2 6s, and then 1 5 there. So it's going to be 2 at AP minus 3, which will go to his 4 up Iron Halo save, making neither of those, and then 1 3 up armor save. Oh, of course. All right, so then we got some pistols from his regular dude bros there. We're going to go with the Warlock first, hitting on a 3. That is not a hit, and then pistol from the Farseer on a 2. That does hit. That does not wound. All right, so the Howling Banshees are going to charge into both my my dudes bros here and my Interrogator Chaplain. So I don't get to Overwatch because of their Banshee mass here. So they get plus, what is it to their 3 to their charge here. So 5, 6, 7, 8 is going to get them in there. All right, so now my dude bro here is going to fire Overwatch against these guys charging into him. That's not a hit. So now we've got 2d6 charge. On a 5-inch charge should still get them in. All right, and at the end of the fight phase, at the end of the charge phase, I am going to heroically intervene into those guys there. All right, so now his Banshees are going to start us off here in the fight phase. The 3 Banshees over here are going to go, regular Banshees are going to go into my veterans, and then his Exarch is going to go into my Interrogator Chaplain. So we'll do the regular Banshees first, hitting on 3s. Alrighty, so that's going to be 4 hits. These are strength 3, so looking for 5s to wound. Getting 2 wounds, AP minus 3, correct, on the swords, power swords. So looking for 6 up saves, making one of them failing the other. And now the Exarch is going to attack into my Interrogator Chaplain, so she's going to have 3 attacks hitting on 3s. Getting 1 hit, strength 4, so looking for a 4 to wound. No. And now his Dire Avengers are going to attack into my lone Salt Sergeant over there. These are going to be hitting on 3s. Alrighty, pretty good there. And then these are strength 3, so looking for 5s to wound. That is going to be 1, 2 wounds there. 2 3 up armor saves. And I'm making them both. Woo! Alright, so now his Guardians over here, I heroically intervene, so it's not a charge. So now we're into the alternating back and forth. So he starts first, this is his turn. These Guardians are going to attack into Samael over here. Hitting on 3s. Alright, so that's going to be all but 1 hit. Looking for, what's strength 3? So looking for 6s to wound, because he's tough 6. Oh, getting 2 of them though. Looking for his armor save, 3 up saves. Failed him! I'm definitely going to have to spend, I'm going to spend my Warlord free reroll on this one. And I don't get in to spend my CP reroll on this one. Oh, okay. Still alive with 1. Alright, so now the super angry Samael over here is going to get 6 attacks into those dude bros, hitting on 2s. That's going to be all hits. Strength plus 1, so strength 5, 3s to wound, because he didn't charge. So 3s to wound. That is going to be 1, 2, 3 at AP minus 3. So that's going to go straight through, even with Protect on them. So that's going to go straight through. These are now going to be looking for 5 up, ignoring wounds though, right? Oh, 2 each. So we have to do it, yes, we have to do it just 2 at a time. So the first one is going to be a dead guy. The next one is a dead guy, and the third one is also a dead guy. All right, so now my veterans are going to attack in here. They've got 2 attacks each, except for the sergeant who has 3, and then shock assault because they were charged gets them an additional attack in there. So it's going to be 3, 6, 10 attacks. These are -1 to hit, so these are going to be hitting on 4s, but re-rolling 1s and 2s because of my chaplains don't get litanies, so they just get the re-roll hits, failed hits. So this does not get to re-roll 3s. All right, so don't get to re-roll that 3 or these 2 3s, but do get to re-roll these 1s and 2s. Alrighty, these are now going to be strength 4, toughness 3, so looking for 3s to wound. Ooh, that is going to be 1 wound from my vets over there. And a 3 is not a save, so that's 1 dead. And now my interrogated chaplain is going to fight back over here. He's got 3 attacks base, +1 because of shock assault. Would be hitting on 2s. He's going to use his Crozius Arcanum instead of the Power Fist. Would be hitting on 2s, but -1 to hit because of them being Howling Banshees. So he's going to be hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s because of himself. Re-rolling 1s because of himself. All right, so that's going to be all hits. Strength +1 means strength 5, looking for 3s to wound. That is going to be 1, 2, 3 wounds at AP minus 1 second. So -1, so looking for 5s here. Making 1, failing 2, that's 2 damage apiece, so that's just going to be those 2 dead. And then my sergeant over here is going to attack in. He's got 2 attacks base, +1 for shock assault, +1 for his chainsword, hitting on 3s. Alrighty, and then these are going to be strength 4, so looking for 3s to wound. Getting 1 wound there. 4-up save. No, 1 dead guy. All right, so we have some leadership tests to take now. She lost 3 of her sisters there, so 3 + 1 is good to go. These guys over here lost 3 of their brethren, so that's going to be 3 plus, and looking for a 7 there, so 3 + 6 is 9, so 2 of them are going to run away over there. So that is going to be it for the Eldar turn here. At the end of the turn, my opponent controls one objective over here. He also, they're not a troop choice, right? So does not control this one, does control this one, so that's going to be 2, 3 objectives there. So an additional 3 points there, giving him 7 points total. We will come back to you now after the movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 2. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 2. These guys disembarked over here. He moved up slightly over this way. He stood still where he was. Samael stood still. The squad that was inside there disembarked, came in through the building over here. These guys all stayed in combat. He fell back from combat over here. But this squad disembarked over here. He stood still. He turned and flew over this way. This guy came in from Deep Strike, and my Terminators are going to stay in Deep Strike. So that's going to be it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the shooting phase. So starting off, he is going to fire into the biker here with his twin heavy bolters, hitting on 3s because he did not move. Got a drink. Alrighty. Cool. Getting 3 hits there. Strength 5, toughness 4, so looking for 3s to wound. That is going to be all wounds, AP -1. 5s to save. No, fails 2 of them, he is dead. And then my jump back dude, because he has fly, is going to fire his pistol into him. That's a hit. That's not a wound. Alright, so then this squad's going to fire into the Dire Avengers. We're going to go with the bolters first. We got 3 bolters in rapid fire range and a pistol from the sergeant, hitting on 3s. That is all hits. Strength 4, looking for 3s to wound. That is all but 2 wounds, so that's going to be 5 wounds over there. AP nothing, so 5. What do they have?
Armor 4.
Armor 4, so looking for 3 up saves since they're in cover. Making all but 1. And then the plasma guy is going to fire over here. That's 2 hits. That is 1 wound, AP -3, so 6 up save. Or 4 up invul save. He's good. All right, so everyone's going to be hitting, shooting their pistols in over here. So it's going to be 4 shots. They all hit on 3s. Didn't move, so rerolling 1s because of Grim Resolve. So that's going to be 2 hits. These are going to be wounding on 3s. That's 1 wound. 4 up save. Good to go. He is going to fire his twin las cannon into his Warwalker over there. He is going to be hitting on 5s though, because -1 for a Laytalk, -1 because of heavy and moving here. So he's going to be looking for 5s. Getting 1 hit there. Strength 9, toughness 6, so 3s to wound. That is a wound, AP -3. 5 up invul save. He's not good, so it's D6 damage. 6 damage. And that 6 was enough to kill him. All right, so now my Razorback here is going to fire into his Rangers. He's going to be hitting on 5s because it's -1 for a Laytalk, -1 for being Rangers. Getting 2 hits over there. These are going to be strength 5, so 3s to wound. That's 1 wound, AP -1, +1 because they're in cover. 4-up save. No. Samael is going to fire into the Dire Avengers over here. We're going to go with the Heavy Bolter first. Twin Heavy Bolter. He's more than 12 inches away, so it's going to be looking for 3s to hit because of a Laytalk. All right, rerolling 1s because of himself. Okay. And these are now going to be strength 5, 3s to wound. That is going to be 2 wounds at AP -1, +1 because they're in cover, so 4-ups. No, fail them both. And then 12 shots from the Twin Assault Cannon. Hitting on 3s again because of -1, but then re-rolling this 1 because of himself. All right, these are strength 6, so 2s to wound. That is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 at AP -1. So we've got 9 4-up saves. Failing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. All right, so now the squad inside here is going to fire everything into his Farseer over there. So we're going to go with the Plasma first. These are going to supercharge. You get to reroll 1s because of Samael being there. They're not rerolling, so not everything, just the 1s get to reroll. So this is going to be the Plasma, 2 shots hitting on 3s. That is going to be 2 hits, strength 8, so 2s to wound. That is going to be 1 wound. 4-up in bowl. No, so he's going to take 2 damage. We're going to send a CP to reroll it. CP to reroll that one. Yeah, he's good. And then we've got the bolter shots coming on in here. Rerolling 1s. Alrighty. Strength 4, so 3s to wound. That is going to be 2 wounds, AP nothing. 4-ups. Makes both. All right, so now my Interrogator Chaplain, because he's equidistant between the Bone Singer and the platforms, is going to fire into the Bone Singer. He's going to have 4 shots here, hitting on 3s. That is going to be 2 hits. These are going to be strength 4, toughness 3, so 3 to wound. That is going to be 2 wounds. 4-up invul saves. Makes 1, fails 1. All right, so now my dude bro here is going to fire 1 Hurricane Bolter into the Bone Singer. He's going to fire the Rift Cannon and the other Hurricane Bolter into the back, or I guess the front platform, the one that's further back over there. So we're going to go with the 1s into the Bone Singer here, hitting on 2s because of Strafing Run. Okie dokie. That's a number of 1s there. These are strength 4, so 3s to wound. Okie dokie. So that's going to be 3, 4, 5. 4-ups. Making all but 1. And now we've got the Hurricane Bolter into the back squad over there, hitting on 2s. Okie dokie. And these are going to be wounding on, what's the toughness? T5, so 5s to wound. That is going to be 1, 2, 3 wounds over there. AP nothing, so 3s. Failing 1. And now the Rift Cannon, D3 shots. That's going to be 3 shots. These are going to be hitting on 3s because he moved with a heavy weapon, but +1 because of Strafing Run. So hitting on 3s. That is going to be 2 hits. Strength 10, toughness 5, so looking for 2s to wound. That is going to be 2 wounds, AP -3. 6s to save. No, failed him, so that's going to be a total of 6 damage onto him there. Is that going to kill him off? That's going to kill him off there. So he is going to be dead. All right, so that's it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, my tactical squad here is going to charge into his Dire Avengers over here. So they're Overwatch. Hitting on 5s because that's what they do. So getting 2 hits there. These are strength 4. Yep. So looking for 4s to wound. That's going to be 2 wounds. AP nothing. So looking for 2-up saves because they're in cover. Making them both. So their charge distance is in with a 5.
Platform does its...
And now my Interrogator Chaplain here is going to charge into both the Bone Singer and the platform. So we'll do the pistol from the Bone Singer first. That's not a hit. And then we got the platform is D3 shots. So that's going to be 2 shots there. 6s. Getting 1 hit there. Strength 12. That's right. 2s to wound. No wound there.
How many wounds does that thing have?
He's got 5, I think. 4 or 5. Going to spend a CP to reroll that. Into a wound, AP -4, so he's got a 4-up invul save. Has he been praying to the Emperor? He does. Woo! All right, so now he needs a 9-inch charge to get in over here. Oh, with an 8, he doesn't. I need a 5 or a 6. I'm going to spend a CP to reroll that. No, I don't make it. Do I get it back, though? I do with that. All right, so now my tactical squad's going to charge into everyone over here. We're going to fire all their Overwatch since it doesn't really matter over here. Hitting on 6s, getting 1 hit. That is a wound. Oh, and that's not a save, so one of the guys is going to be dead, but their charge distance is definitely in. And then Samael's charging in as well. He's in. All right, so now now Samael's going to start us off in the fight phase. He's going to put 5 attacks into the Farseer, 1 attack into the Warlock over there. So we're going to do the 5 attacks into the Farseer, hitting on 2s, rerolling because of himself. All right, so that's all hits. These are going to be strength 8 because he charged wounding on 2s. That is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 up invul saves. Makes 3 of them, so he takes 2 damage. He's got to feel no pain here because of his warlord trait. No, he feels those. And then we got the 1 attack into the warlock. That's a hit. That is a wound. 4 up invul save. He's good. All right, so my opponent is now going to spend 2 CP to interrupt with the Howling Banshee over here. So she's going to have her 3 attacks into my Dubra over here. So it's 3 attacks hitting on 3s. That's going to be 2 hits. Strength 4, so 4s to wound. 1 wound there. AP minus at least 1. So I think he's going to have his 4 up Rosaria save is what it's going to come down to. Minus 3, so 4 up Rosaria save. No, I'm going to fail that one. So here comes D3 damage. Doing 1 damage. All right, so now over here, we're going to have one guy's going to put his attacks into the Guardian squad. Everyone else is going to go into the Farseer. So we'll do the attacks into the Guardian there. So he's got 1 attack base plus 1 because of Shock Assault, hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of Samael. So it's going to be 1 hit. 3 to wound. That's a wound. Regular save. I need Guardians. 5 up save. No, 1 dead. And then Fortune. No. And these other attacks are going to go into the Farseer here, hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of Samael. Ooh, that's all hits. That's pretty good. Looking for 3s to wound. That is going to be all but 2 wounds there. So that's going to be 2, 4, 6. These are going to be being 4 up invul saves. Failing 2 of them. Warlord trait, feel no pains. Feels 1, fails 1. Fails 1 and doesn't feel the other. All right, so now my squad over here is going to attack into his Dire Avengers. So you're going to have 12 attacks with Shock Assault over there. These are going to be hitting on 3s. Alrighty, that's a lot of 1s and 2s. These are now going to be wounding on 3s. That is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 regular saves, 4 ups. Making 2 of them, failing 2 of them. All right, so now my Interrogator Chaplain is going to attack in over here. He's going to have 3 attacks because he did not charge and was not charged. So he's going to be hitting on 3s, though, because she's minus 1 to hit. That's going to be 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. That's going to be 2 wounds, AP minus 1, 5 up saves. No, she fails them, so she is dead. All right, so now the Farseer here is going to attack into Samael. 2 attacks, hitting on 2s. That's 2 hits, wounding on 2s because that's what she does. That's 2 wounds, AP, nothing. So 3 up armor saves. Makes 1, fails 1. Do I get to do? Hold on a second. 1 second. All right, I'm gonna spend a CP to reroll, and he's good. So now the Warlock is going to attack into me. 2 attacks, hitting on 3s. That's gonna be 2 hits, wounding on 2s. That is 2 wounds, 3 up armor saves. Oh, he's good. And now his Guardian is going to attack into the attack squad. That's a hit. 5 to wound. That's a wound. They're good with a fill first. And now we've got his Dire Avengers over here. 5 attacks. Hitting on 3s. So that's going to be 2 hits. Wounding on 5s. No wound. All right, so we have some leadership tests to take here. These guys lost 4. 4 plus 2 is good to go. These guys lost 1, so they're fine because they only had 2 to start with. But these guys over here lost, what was it? They lost 8. So we have 8 plus 4. The rest of that squad is running away. So that's going to be the end of the Dark Angel's turn here. I control 1, 2, because I've got more troop choices on this one over here. So that's 2, 3, I've got more troop choices over here for objectives there. So that's going to be another 4 points, bringing me to 10 points. And then at the end of the battle round, I control 4, so I control more objectives than my opponent, bringing me to 11 points. So it's currently 11 to, what is it, 11 to 7? 11 to 7. So we will come back to you after, and number 3 is going to be gone now on turn 3. And we will come back to you after movement phase for the Eldar here on turn 3. All right, so turn 3 movement phase for the Eldar. These guys fell back out of combat over here. These guys came in at a deep strike. They are outside of 9, but within 12 of the tactical squad. That will come in handy in a bit because he is going to drop some bombs. These guys stayed still up over here. These guys dropped in more than 9 inches away from my tactical squad over here. These guys are finally moving out of their building up over this way. These striking scorpions dropped in over here more than 9 inches away from Samael. These guys fell back out of combat, as did the one lone guardian over there. Over here, his Rangers and Illic stood still, as did the platform here. This platform stood still, and his Bone Singer is aggressive and moving up towards my Interrogator Chaplain over this way. So that's going to be it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the Psychic phase. Start off the Psychic phase, his Bone Singer is going to smite into my Interrogator Chaplain. Looking for a 5, gets it with a 7, so D3 mortal wound. You're going to spend a CP, re-roll that. Okay. Okay, so that's going to be D3 mortal wounds. Into 2 mortal wounds. And now Warlock is going to cast Protect onto the Farseer. That will not go off on a 5. And now he is going, his Farseer is going to Fortune his Guardian squad over here. That will go off on a 7. And then he's going to Smite Samael looking for a 6. That will go off. Well, it doesn't matter. Even if you just get the 1, he is dead. Does he I don't even know if he has an explode. Let's roll to see if it matters. It does not matter. So he is dead. All right, so before Samael dies, I'm going to spend 2 CP for only in death does duty end, allows him to shoot as though it's the shooting phase. He is going to fire his twin assault cannon into his Farseer. He's going to fire the twin heavy bolter into the striking scorpions. So we'll do the heavy bolter into the striking scorpions first, hitting on 2s because he has not moved. That is going to be all hits. Strength 5, 3s to wound. That is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 wounds at AP -1. So 4 4-ups. Failing 1 of them. And here comes the twin assault cannon into his Farseer there. Rerolling 1s because of himself. That is all hits. Strength 6, so looking for 2s to wound. Not rerolling 1s on this one. So that is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. AP -1, but you don't care about the AP -1, so it's going to be 4-up invul saves. Oh, no. So, but he has a feel no pain. He does have a feel no pain. That's a lot to... Yes, you only have 3 wounds, and 7 have gone through so far. All right, so feel no pains here. 5-ups or 6-ups? 6s for him. No, he will be dead, and that is... Oh, he might come back. He might come back, right? What is that? What has happened? Because he has his relic, right? So if he dies... 1 second, we'll come back to you. All right, so he has a relic, which basically means that when he dies, he explodes, doing D3 mortal wounds to every unit within 3 inches of him. If any mortal wounds are dished out, he automatically comes back to life with, how many wounds is it? With 1 wound left. So, Samael's already dead, but his Warlock is not. So his Warlock takes D3 mortal wounds, 1 mortal wound, so he, oh no, on a 2+, he does mortal wounds. So it's going to do 3 mortal wounds, so his Warlock is dead, but he will be coming back, which is a good thing. And then into my tactical squad on a 2-up. Yep, D3 mortal wounds, doing 3 mortal wounds, that's killer. And that is it for the Psychic phase. Wow, that was dramatic. All right, so starting off the shooting phase, his Rangers here are going to fire into my Interrogator Chaplain. 3s to hit. Oh no, 4s to hit because he's -1 to hit. Yep. So that's going to be still 4 hits, doesn't make a difference. And 4s to wound. That's going to be 2 wounds, 2 2-up saves. Oh, failed 1. And then the 4 up here are going to fire into my Interrogator Chaplain over here. 3s to hit, because he does not have the Shroud of Heroes. That's all hits there.
4s again?
4s to wound, yes, tough 4. That's going to be 2 wounds, gets 1 mortal, and then 2 2-up armor saves. He's good on both of those. And now Illic is going to fire into my Interrogator Chaplain over here. That is not going to be a hit. We forgot to do the bombs that came up here. He said he was going to do it when he was putting them down. We didn't do it because we were filming, so yeah, obviously we're going back for that. So here we go. Looking for 6s, though, to give him mortal wounds. Woo! Giving him 2 mortal wounds. And now these guys here are going to fire into the tactical squad in the shooting phase. So these are going to be hitting on 3s. Yep. Okay, we'll come back to you with that. And these are going to be strength 3, so 5s to wound. We'll come back to you with that. All right, so there were 4 wounds in there, so these are going to be 4 2-up armor saves. And I failed one of them. Now my opponent's going to spend 2 CP for these guys to shoot into my tactical squad over here. So these are going to be 2 shot, or yeah, so we're going to have, what is it, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, because of the sergeant there, the 2 shot. Hitting on 3s. All right, and then these are going to be strength 4, so 4s to wound. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3 wounds there. 3 2-up saves. And I make all of those. All right, his platform here is going to fire into my Dark Talon. So he's going to have D3 shots here. Getting 1 shot. Hitting on 4 because he's supersonic. That is a hit, though. Strength 12 is... That might be 2s. 1 second. Yeah, strength 12, so that's going to go 2s to wound. Boom, that's a wound. AP minus 4 is going to go straight through, so D6 damage. Doing 1 damage. Opponent's going to spend a CP to re-roll that. Into 4. And the other platform is going to shoot into him as well. Getting 3 shots this time. Again, 4s to hit because he's minus 1 to hit. That's going to be 2 hits. These are going to be wounded on 2s. Getting 1 wound. That's all that mattered there. D6 damage. Oh, 3 damage. So now his scorpions here are going to fire into my tactical sergeant over here. Hitting on 3s. That's going to be all hits. Strength 4, so 4s to wound. That is going to be no wounds. No wounds. Okay. So now his bikes here are going to fire into my tactical sergeant. Hitting on 4s because they moved. So that's going to be 3 hits there. Strength 6, so 3s to wound. 2s. So that's going to be 2 wounds there. No AP, so 2-up armor saves. He's good. Guardian squad here is going to fire. The platform is going to get fired into that guy back over there. Everyone else is going to fire into my tactical squad over here. So let's go with the platform first. Hit 2 shots. Hitting on 4s because he moved, right? Yep. So that's going to be 1 hit. Looking for 3 to wound. No wound. All right, so now the other shots are going to come in here. 28 shots hitting on 3s. Come back to that. All right, so 4s to wound. 6s are rend. All right, sorry about that, but yeah, so he's got 9 wounds of these guys into my tactical squad, and one of them is a 1 rend. So that 1 rend is going to be AP minus 3, so looking for a 5-up because they're in cover. Good on that one, and then we've got 9 saves. These are going to be looking for 2-up saves because they are in cover. And I fail one of them. All right, so into the assault phase, his guardians here are going to charge into my tactical squad. I've got 2 guys with bolters, 1 with a flamer that's out of range, and 1 guy with a pistol. So these are going to be hitting on 6s. That is going to be 1 hit. They did move in their last movement phase, so I do not get the Grim Resolve. But that is a wound. Regular save. 5. No. 1 guy. Fortune over here. No, so that's going to be 1 guy dead back in the back, I'm sure. And then they need a 9-inch charge to get in. They will not make it with a 7.
Scorpions.
And then the Scorpions are going to charge into him over here. 1 shot with his pistol. Does get a hit. Does not get a wound, though. 10-inch charge is enough to get him in.
Let's do it.
And now the Bone Singer is going to charge into my Interrogator Chaplain. Overwatch. Getting no hits there. His charge distance. 4 inches should be in. All right, so now his Bone Singer is going to start us off in the fight phase, attacking into my Interrogator Chaplain here. He's going to have, what is it? 1 attack here. Hitting on a 3.
Yeah.
That is a hit.
And
wounding on a 5. No wound. All right, so now his Striking Scorpions are going to attack. We're going to go with the Exarch first. So 3 attacks hitting on 3s. That's going to be 2 hits. Strength 6, so this is going to be wounding on 3s. That is 2 wounds, AP minus 3, so 6-up saves. Can I see double fill face? No, I can't. He is dead. And now my Interrogator Chaplain was charged over here, so he's going to have 4 attacks with Shock Assault, hitting on 2s. Rerolling because of himself. That's going to be all hits. Strength plus 1 is going to be looking for 3s to wound. That's going to be 4 wounds at AP minus 1. 4-up invul saves. Failed one of them. That's 2 damage, so he is dead. All right, so that's going to be the end of the Eldar turn here on turn 3. My opponent holds this objective. He holds this objective back over here. He holds this objective over here. So that's going to be it for the Eldar turn here. Gets additional 3 points, so he has a total of 10 points. So we'll come back to you after a movement phase for the Dark Angels on turn 3. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels here. These guys moved up over this way. He moved up around this way. These guys stood still where they were. He moved up over this way. He dropped into hover mode over here. My Interrogator Chaplain moved up towards his platform over there. These guys came in from Deep Strike over here looking on them. These guys moved up towards his Guardians, and he stood still back here. He shifted around over this way, and that's going to be it for the movement phase. So we'll come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, shooting phase, we're going to start. Focus. We're going to start with him over here. He's going to fire into the bikes. So he's going to be -1 to hit because they are a Latok out of 12 inches there. So this is going to be hitting on 4s. Getting 1 hit. Not getting a reroll because I don't get that on vehicles. So this is going to be looking for a 2 to wound. That is a wound, AP -3. 6 up, save, right? Or no, they only have 4 up. So that's going to go straight through. D6 damage. That's going to be a dead guy. And then the twin heavy bolters from here are going to fire into the striking scorpions. Going to be hitting on 4s because he moved. That is going to be 3 hits. Strength 5, 3s to wound. That is going to be 2 wounds, AP -1, +1 because they're in cover. So 3 up total because they AP -1. Failed 1. All right, this squad here is going to fire into the Guardians. We'll start with the Flamer, D6 hits. That's going to be 3 hits, looking for 3s to wound. That is 3 wounds, so 3 armor saves. Failing 2 of them. Fortune, making 1 of those. And then we got 2 bolters plus the bolt pistol. That is 3s to hit, looking for 3s to wound. That is going to be 4 wounds there, 4 saves. That is going to be 3 failed there, and then looking for fortune. Making 2 of those. Melta guys here are going to fire into him, and the sergeant with the combi Melta is going to fire into them as well. So we're going to go with the bolters, with the Meltas first. All the Melta shots. So I got to do that one separate because he's -1 hit. So these are regular Meltas. That's going to be 2 hits, and that is not going to be a hit on the Melta. These are going to be wounded on 2s. That is going to be 2 dead guys right there. And then we've got the bolter shots getting 1 hit, 1 wound, 4 up. What's their armor? 4 up armor save? 5 up? I think. Well, 5 up, then he's dead. Oh no, 5 up, you'd be good. Yeah, he's good. They're good because of cover. They've actually got a 4 up armor, so the 3 up, they were good to go here. But over here, we're going to fire. So we're going to go with the 2 plasma gun shots first. That's going to be 1 hit. They didn't move, so rerolling because of Grim Resolve into 2 hits. 2s to wound. That's 2 at AP -3.
Was it 1 damage?
1 damage apiece.
So
the X-Arp is going to do his 4 up invul saves. Makes 1, fails 1, so he takes the 1 damage there. And then we're going to do the 2 I'll hit his bolt pistol as well because he's both firing into there. So that's going to be 2 hits. That is going to be 2 wounds.
3 up armor on the X-Arc.
X-Arc. Makes both of those. And then he's going to fire his pistol into them. That's going to be a hit. That is not a wound, though. Stormbolter into the platform over here. That is going to be 3 hits. That is going to be 2 wounds. What's the armor? 3 up. 3 up, so 3 up saves. Makes 1, fails 1. So now he's going to fire here. He's going to put 1 Hurricane Bolter into the platform here, the Rift Cannon into this platform, and then he's going to put 1 of the Hurricane Bolters into him up here. So we're going to do the Rift Cannon first. That is going to be 2 shots. He is in his 2nd profile now, so that's going to be 2 shots hitting on 4s because of staying at 4s because of strafing run. So that's going to be no hits there. And now we have 12 shots into them up there, hitting on 3s because of strafing run. Oh, -1, so hitting on 4s because of them being who they are. So these are now going to be strength 4, toughness 3, so 3s to wound. That is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wounds onto them over there. Minus nothing.
So 3s.
3 ups. Failing 2 of them. And then going with the shots into his platform over here as well. These are going to be hitting on 3s because of strafe and run. Okay, those are all good. Strength 4, looking for 5s to wound. That is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wounds into them over there. So 5 3-ups, right?
3 up. Yeah, no AP. 3 up.
No AP.
So, yeah, so good.
Makes all of them. And he's going to fire his twin heavy bolter into him over here. -1 because of moving, -1 because of a Latok. Looking for 5s. That is going to be 1 hit over there. That is not a wound. All right, so into the assault phase now. I'm going to have my tactical squad over here. These guys are going to charge into his Guardian squad over here. So they are going to have, what is it, 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 4, 11 guys. He already counted it. So the 11 in the platform we're going to fire into here. So we'll do the platform first. Let's do, we'll do it all together. So the big one's going to be the platform. Hitting on 6s. Getting none. Okay. Fair enough. That's how that works there. Oh, their charge distance, 4 inches will be in. Not barely, but in. All right, so now these guys here are going to charge into his Striking Scorpions and into his Farseer. So Farseer's pistol is not a hit. And then we've got the Striking Scorpions over here getting 1 hit. Strength 4, so 4 to wound. No wound there. So their charge distance, they need a 9-inch charge. Not going to make it. I'm not going to fish for that 6. So now my chappy here is going to charge into the platform. D3 shots. Getting 1 shot. 6. No hit there. His charge distance. Yeah, that's... Whoa, where was that 2 seconds ago? And now my assault sergeant here is going to charge into his Dire Avengers. Hitting on 5s because that's what they do.
1, 2, 3.
3 hits there. Strength 4, toughness 4, getting 1 there, but that's going to be Rend there. So looking for a 5-up save because he's in cover. No, he's dead. But then the tactical squad's going to charge in. You did. On 5s. 2. Looking for 4s again. Getting none that time, so their charge distance is in. And now the Interrogator Chaplain's going to charge into them over here. He's in. And now they're going to charge into his Swooping Hawks over here. There's 3 guys over here. So these are going to be looking for 6s to hit. Getting 1, 2 hits. Strength 3, right? So 5s to wound. That's 1 wound there. And that's a save. Their charge distance is totally in. All right, so now my squad over here is going to attack in. These are going to be hitting on 3s. That's pretty good there. These are now going to be wounding on 3s. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Armor?
Armor, AP, nothing.
Oh, I'm going to do 3s on the platform.
3s on the platform first. That's good there. That's dead there. And then 2 more 4-ups, right?
Fortune.
Oh, 2 fortune here? Nope, they're going to be dead. And then you got last 2 5-ups. No, failed that. Fortune. Making 1, failing 1. My veterans are going to attack in here with 10 attacks because of Shock Assault, hitting on 3s. These are going to be re-rolling because of the Chaplain that's within range of Interrogator Chaplain that's in range over there. Alrighty. And these are now going to be wounding on 3s. That's going to be 5 wounds over here. 4-up saves. Failing 3 of them, so that squad is wiped. Sorry, he's got 2 wounds on the sergeant there, so now he's down to 1 wound. And then my tactical squad over there is going to attack. The sergeant has 2 base, +1 for the chainsword, +1 for shock assault, and the regular guy has 2 attacks with shock assault, hitting on 3s. That is all hits. Wounding on 3s. That is all but 1 wound, so that's 5 wounds here. 5 regular saves, 4-ups. Failing 3 of them. And now my Interrogator Chaplain is going to attack in. 4 attacks with Shock Assault, hitting on 3s with the Crozius Arcanum. That is going to be all hits, wounding on 3s. He actually was hitting on 2s, I'm sorry. Wounding on 3s, though. That is all wounds. AP -1, so 5-ups. No, he will be dead. And then my other Interrogator Chaplain into his thing over here, hitting on 2s. That's all hits. Strength 5 because of the Crozius Arcanum. Looking for 4s to wound. That is going to be 2 wounds with 6s and 1s. So it's AP -1, 2 5-ups. No, failed them both. That's going to be 4 damage onto him. He's down to 1.
2 attacks.
All right, so now the platform is going to attack back over here.
3.
Hitting on threes, that's one hit. Strength 3, so not a wound. And then 2 attacks for the Swooping Hawk. That's 2 hits. Looking for 5s. 1 wound. Ooh, he did. And now the Guardians are going to attack in here. 11 attacks, hitting on 3s. Ooh. Cool. Wounding on 5s. Getting 2 wounds. 2 3-up armor saves. Whoa, failing them both. All right, so we do have some leadership tests to take here. He lost 3 guys over here. 3 + 2 is good to go. I don't think the Striking Scorpions did lose.
They lost 2, but they're 8.
They lost 2, but they're 8, so they're good to go. And he lost 4, so 4 plus 1 is 5. They're good to go over here. And I think that's it. So that's going to be it for the Dark Angel's turn here on turn 3. At the end of the turn, I do control 1 objective. I control 2 objectives, and over there I'm contesting 1, but that's not it. So I just get 2 points for holding objectives, bringing me up to, I think, what is it, 13? I think I got up to 13 there. And then at the end of the battle round, I control 1, 2 objectives. We're contesting 1, and you control 1. So that's more to me, so 14 to 10, right? 14 to 10 right now. So a really close game. But that's going to be the end of turn 3. So at the end of, beginning of turn 4, this one goes away. And we will come back to you after movement phase for the Eldar here on turn 4. All right, movement phase for the Eldar here on turn 4. This Swooping Hawk fell back over here. He's going to drop his bomb on them. We'll come back to that. These guys stood still up over here. These guys fell back from combat over here, not within 3, so just falling back over here. The biker stood still over here. Guardian jumped up onto the objective over here. His what's him to call it? His Farseer and the Striking Scorpions moved up towards my Terminators over here. His platform here stood still, as did his Rangers and Illic. And then over here, he stayed in combat back over here because falling back is not going to help him. So that's going to be it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the with the psychic phase. All right, so his bomb onto my dude bros over here. On a 5? No, it needs a 6.
Yeah.
All right, into the psychic phase. He is going to fortune his dude bros over here. That will not go off on a 5.
His personal reroll for this.
He's going to use his reroll over there. Into a 7, that does go off, so they are fortuned. And now he's going to smite into my dude bros over here. That will not go off on a 4. And as Guardian here is going to start us off in the shooting phase, shoot into my Razorback. That's going to be 2 hits, strength 4, so 5s to wound. No wound. All right, these guys are now going to start by firing into my Terminators. That's 1 hit.
Strength 4.
Strength 4, so that's not a wound. Pistol from the Farseer. That is a cock dice if I've ever seen one. Into a hit. Into a wound. Strength 4, so 2-up armor save. Hey, good. Scatterbike over here. That's going to be 2 hits.
Strength 6.
Strength 6, so that is no wounds. This platform focus is going to fire into my flyer, so it's going to have D3 shots. So it's 2 shots. Hitting on 3s because he's not flying right now. He is in hover, so that's 2 hits. 2s to wound. Oh, no. All right, so now this Hawk is going to fire into my veteran squad over there. That's going to be all but 1 hit. These are going to be strength, what is it? 3, so 5s to wound. No wound. All right, so now Illic Night Spear is going to fire into my dude bro over here. That's going to be a hit, because he hits on 2s, right? Yeah. Wounds on, that will be a wound. So that does a mortal wound, so he's down to 1. He's down to 1. And it's minus, what is it? -3, so he's got his 4-up invul save. Oh boy. Come on. Did you pray to the Emperor? Come on, show me 4 plus! No, I'm going to spend a CP to reroll that. Yeah, with that 4. Woo! All right, the 2 Rangers here are going to fire into him. That's going to be 1 hit. That is not a wound. And this 5-man squad over here is going to fire into my Interrogator Chaplain. That is going to be all but 2 hits. These are going to be wounding again on 4s. That is 3 wounds. 3 2-up armor saves because he's in cover. Oh, and that right there, ladies and gentlemen, makes this Slay the Warlord. All right, so my opponent's going to spend 2 points for Feigned Retreat for these guys to shoot into my tactical squad here. So here we go, 22 shots coming in. hitting on 3s. We'll come back to you with that. And these are going to be strength 4, toughness 4, 4s to wound. Come back to that. So we got 6 armor saves and 3 with AP minus 3. So we're going to do those first. Looking for fill faces. No, not getting any of them. That squad is wiped. And then my opponent's going to spend 1 CP, his last CP, for Fire and Fade to allow them to go and jump on this objective. Brutal, brutal, awesome tactics. Because it was funny, before I was talking to him, I was like, oh, you've got 3 CP left. He's like, I've got plans for every single one of them. And I'm like, okay, fair enough. Turns out, yes, he did. All right, so now we have the fight phase over here. No one's going to charge, so we just got this fight going on here. So his attacks first. That's going to be 1 hit. That is a wound. 2-up armor save. Oh, he takes a wound. And then I got my 3 attacks over here, hitting on 2s. Rerolling because of himself. That is going to be 3 hits. Strength 5, toughness 5, 4s to wound. That is going to be 1 wound. AP minus 1. So 5 up. No, and that's going to kill him. All right, so that is the end of the turn here for Eldar on turn 4. At the end of the turn, my opponent does control this objective over here, and he controls this objective here, giving him 2 points. He also got a point for Slay the Warlord, bringing him to a total of 13 points. And I've got 14 points, so very close. So we'll come back to you after movement phase with the Dark Angels on turn 4. All right, movement phase. He stood still back over here. The tactical squad advanced from over here. These guys stood still. He stood still where he was. My Interrogator Chaplain stayed on the objective back in there. He stood still where he is in hover mode. These guys moved up over this way, and he moved around over here. And that's it for the movement phase. So we will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so these guys here are going to start us off in the shooting phase by firing into his Swooping Hawk here. 2 shots, hitting on 3s. That's going to be 2 hits, wounding on 2s. Yeah, he's dead. And this guy here is going to fire into his bike over there. 2 shots hitting on 4s because he's a Laytok and hard to hit there. That's going to be 1 hit, wounding on a 2. That is a wound, AP minus 3 onto him. So that's going to go straight through, right? Yeah, so D6 damage. Yeah, with that fill face he did. Triple time. All right, so now my heavy bolter Razorback's going to fire into his dude bro there. 6 shots hitting on 4s because he moved with a heavy weapon. That is going to be 4 hits, wounding on 3s. That is going to be 3 wounds at AP minus 1, so he's got 5 up saves. No, he is dead. All right, so now my Dark Talon is going to fire his Rift Cannon into the platform, Hurricane Bolters into the Scouts. So we're going to go with the Rift Cannon first, D3 shots. That is going to be 2 shots. Hitting on 3s because of strafing run, and he didn't move. So it's because it would go to 4 because of his second profile, but then +1 because of strafing run.
Or -1.
Oh, no, into the platform. Yeah, this is into the platform. So no hits there. Sorry, the 3 was a hit. So that's going to be strength 10, looking for 2s to wound. That is a wound. AP minus 3. 6 up. He's got a 3-up armor save.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. So that's just going to go straight through for 3 damage.
Okay.
So that's going to be 3 damage into him over there. Yep. So he's got 2 left, right? 3 left? 3 left over there. So now you do onto the Rift Vortex table. So he's looking for, because he's in the second profile now, looking for a 4+. No. All right, so now he's going to fire into them with his twin 2 Hurricane Bolters there. He's going to be hitting on 3s because of strafing run, but he's down a bracket. So it's 4s because of down bracket, +1 because of strafing run, and then -1 again because of Rangers being Rangers. So he's going to be hitting on 4s. All right, we'll come back to that. All right, and then these are going to be wounding on 3s. All righty then. So that is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. AP nothing, so 9. What is it? 4 ups? 3 ups.
5-up armor.
5-up armor +2 there, so 3 ups. And he fails 1 of them. And then my twin heavy bolter from my Razorback's going to fire into his platform over there, hitting on 4s because he's -1 because of a Laytok. Wounding on 4s. There's going to be 2 wounds at AP -1. Makes both of them. All right, so now my dude bros over here are going to go into the assault phase, charging into his Striking Scorpions and into his Farseer there. Hitting on 6s with their Overwatch. This is all of them. Getting 1 hit there. That is a wound. 2-up armor save. Oh, yeah, but it's still good. Oh, giving me a heart attack there. And here comes the charge. He's in. Alrighty, so these two guys are going to attack into the Farseer. These guys are all going to attack into the Striking Scorpion. So we'll go with the Farseer first. There's going to be 3 attacks each because of Shock Assault, hitting on 3s. Okie dokie. These are going to be wounding on 2s, strength times 2. That is 2 wounds. 4 up invul saves or he's dead. No, he fails both of them, so he will be dead, and that will be Slay the Warlord. And now we'll have the other 2 guys going into there with their Maces of Absolution on 3s. Alrighty. Wounding on 2s. That is going to be those AP minus... 1 second. Alright, so AP minus 2, so 5 up saves. Making 1, failing 2, so 2 dead. And then the Nightmaster with his 4 attacks with Shock Assault, hitting on 3s. That is going to be 3 hits. Strength plus 2, so strength 6, looking for 2s to wound. That is going to be 3 wounds at AP minus 3 on these ones. 6s. No, he will fail and be dead. All right, so that is going to be the end of the Dark Angel's turn here on turn 4. I score 1 point for here and 1 point for holding that objective back there. And I have Slay the Warlord, bringing me to 17 to my opponent's 13. So a close game. But that's going to be it for turn 4. So on to turn 5. Boom. That goes away. And we are left with movement phase for the Eldar here on turn 5. All right, movement phase. My opponent's just going to sit still, so these guys stayed still over here. He's going to stay still over here. Ranger's staying still over there, and then his Guardians are staying still over here. So that's going to be it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the shooting phase since all his Psychers are dead. All right, so now Illic Knight Spear is going to start us off by shooting into my dude bro in the airplane, trying to get him right through the cockpit over here. So here comes the shot, hitting on a 2. Because he's not in hover, he's in hover mode, so he's not hard to hit. So that's going to be a hit. Strength 4, looking for 5 to wound because he's a vehicle. He doesn't get the automatic 2 to wound. No wound there. All right, so now his sniper here is going to try to take out his take out the flyer there. That is not going to be a hit. All right, so now his platform is going to fire into my flyer over here. D3 shots. That's 2 shots. Hitting on 3s. Getting 1 hit. Wounding on 2. That is a wound. AP minus 4 is going to go straight through. D6 damage. Oh, leaving him with 1 wound left. And now his Rangers up here are going to fire into my tactical squad over here. Hitting on 3s. There's going to be all hits. Wounding on 4s. Getting 4 wounds. 4. 2 up saves because they're in cover. Failing 1. All right, so now these guys are going to fire into my Razorback. 8 guys have line of sight over there. Hitting on 3s. All right, so strength 4. So looking for 5s and 6s. Ooh, getting, wow, a lot of 6s there. These are Rens. These are good. So that's going to be 5 Rens, and then we've got 2 armor saves there. So we'll do the 5, AP minus 3. 6s. No, nothing there. So he's going to take 5 wounds there, and then 2 armor saves of 3 up. Well, that one's cocked. Failing 1 of those. So that's going to be 6 wounds. He's down to 4. Holy cow. All right, so that's the end of the Eldar turn here. He does score 1 point for holding this objective. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels there on turn 5. All right, movement phase. He's going to stay over here. These guys, they're just going to stay over here because they're not going to be able to get into range where they need to be. He's going to stay right there, and they're going to move. Actually, sorry. I knew I forgot something. These guys are just going up over into here. And this guy's going to stay still. I wanted most people to stay still. I knew that. I forgot the one guy that said I wanted to move. And that's going to be it for the movement phase. So we'll come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so now we're going to start the shooting phase. He's going to fire Rift Cannon into the platform, Hurricane Bolters into the Scout up there. Or Ranger up there. It's not Scout. Sorry. Wrong. You're not Monkey. I forgot. So we'll do the Rift Cannon first. D3 shots. That is going to be 3 shots. These are going to be hitting on 3s because of... no. Now they're going to be hitting on 4s because he's down to the 3rd profile because of the shots he got in there. So 3rd profile means that he's going to be... would be at Ballistic Skill 5, which then gets +1 because of Strafing Run. So getting 1 hit. Strength 10. That is not going to be... Oh, that is a wound. Strength 10 is that is a wound. AP minus 3. So, that goes straight through. 3 damage, and he is going to be dead. And here come the Hurricane Bolters into him. So he's -1 to hit. I've got Strafing Run +1 to hit, so 5s to hit. So 7 total, looking for 3s to wound. That is going to be 3 wounds over there, AP -1. So looking for, these are going to be 4s to wound. No, he is going to be gone. All right, and then he is going to fire into Illic Night Spear up there, so 6 shots, -1 because he's LA Talk out of 12 inches, and -1 because of his camo cloaks, since he's all spooky and hard to see. So he's going to be hitting on 5s. Getting the 1 hit there, strength 5, so 3 to wound. That is a wound, AP -1, 4 to save. No, takes a wound. All right, so that's going to be the end of the game. It will be the end of the game, but in my turn, I did score 1 point for holding this. At the end of the battle round, we both control 1, which means that it is a tie and contested there. So at the end of that round 5, I had 18 points. My opponent has 14 points. And we talked about it, and there's no way that point's going to change because I'm going to sit on this objective. There's no way I can get back there to get him off of that objective, so we're both just going to be sitting on our objectives, getting 1 point each on our turn, and then tying on the secondary. We'll both get line breaker, so the difference between scores there is going to stay the same. But man, that was a killer game. A ton of fun. I really like this new mission from Chapter Approved. It really changes up things because you feel really strong in one place where you're like, oh, I've got this objective, I've got these guys on here, and I've been rushing them up and holding them back, getting this objective, and all of a sudden it's like, boop, the objective's gone, and you're like, oh, okay, now I've got to find something else and move my guys around and try to get them. And then, people, especially when we both took out each other's like fast-moving dude bros, that would have been really helpful for moving around the table on this. So it became very difficult for us to be able to like do anything against each other with that. So, but a ton of fun, a ton of fun. So I hope you guys have all enjoyed this. I certainly have. I have been Phil, the Glacial Geek, as always. My opponent's been Joey. And until next time, have fun.